3.
Okay,
now.
They can hear you. Stop talking. And we are live, everybody. All right. Yeah. I mean, hey, how's it going? Hello, everybody. You know me. Okay, no, you don't, but you know who I am. I'm Issa J, and I'm alongside
DJ
and
Liam Landry.
All right, everybody. And
Francesca's not with us for our inaugural show.
yeah, she is.
She may be turning into the Brock Lesnar. Get the championship and then never show up. So
Yeah, but yeah, she had to go out and do other kind of work today. No other audio, please. But we're here and we are doing our first ever podcast. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we're excited about it. We're looking forward to it. And all right, let's grab our lists. And let's get this thing started. You ready?
maybe.
Are you ready?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. He's maybe ready. He's super ready. I'm completely shaking in my boots. Let's get this started. All right.
You shaking in your boots, okay.
All right. So, of course, the first category that we do is the WWE news. That is not... I botched that so bad. I said WWE news. It's news in wrestling that is not associated with the WWE. And, all right, I'll go with mine first, I guess. If that's okay with everybody?
Yeah.
Yep.
Alrighty. Yeah, my news is that Alberto El Patron is, well, he's no longer in the Impact. Like, he didn't show up to an event in New Orleans, and because of that, Impact released him. And not only that, but because it's going to be very impossible for him to find work anywhere else, yeah, he's retired. That's really big news because not only is he a multi-time champion, especially down in AAA and Lucha Underground and Impact, WWE as well, but he's been known for pulling stupid stuff like this in the past. Not only that, when he was in a relationship with Paige, it did not end on very good terms. So yeah, this man screwed up his career really, really badly, and surprisingly, I lied. Not surprisingly, he had to hang up his boots. So maybe if he gets his act together, he'll be able to come back again for somewhere. Bye, DJ. But yeah, it's an interesting thing. So, Liam, since you're still here, let us know what you think about the whole thing. Yeah.
Personally, I just think Alberto Del Rio or Alberto El Patron is kind of a hothead. It's gotten him in trouble before in the past. This isn't the first time he's ever no-showed an event, and hopefully he gets things back together. Get right and get things straight. I don't want to see him without a career, but until he does that,
yeah, I don't care for Alberto anymore. He's just being a douchebag and a big asshole. Sorry.
Keep it PG,
Sorry.
please.
Sorry, he's just a big a-hole, and
you're not even trying, DJ.
Not even a little
he's
bit.
just a big
jerk.
He's a jerk, and if he wants to, stay retired. I don't want to. It's just like Brock Lesnar. If Brock Lesnar doesn't want to travel, he shouldn't.
Okay, we're not getting into that right now.
Yeah,
but Alberto.
All Alberto.
The thing that gets me, Alberto doesn't want to do something that Impact makes him not want to do. If you don't want to abide by the rules, you don't play. It's just that simple.
All right, Liam, what's yours?
Okay, mine is a still developing story, but in the backstage of one of the ROH shows, which was Steel City Excellence, there was a locker room fight. Now, no details have been let out about the specifics about who was involved in it, and they probably won't do that. some of the wrestlers who've actually tweeted about it have already taken down their tweets, actually, so they probably don't want this information getting out, but there was definitely a brawl. Cody Rhodes actually tweeted out that this has been a long time since he's had a brawl, seen a locker room brawl like this, and he's even sent out a screenshot of the fact that they trampled his Chipotle meal in the fight. And there was, quite a few other wrestlers. They had Nick Jackson of the Young Bucks. He tweeted out, and they also had. Let me make sure I'm getting these right. Kazarian and Scorpio Sky also tweeting out. They are ones who've taken their tweets down. So, but they've also tweeted out that there was a backstage incident and that it's very unprofessional. So, I mean, that'd be pretty crazy, and the speculation's definitely out there about who would be the ones fighting each other and for what reasons even.
I know that's crazy. I wouldn't even, because I'm not very well
up
versed.
to date on ROH.
Yeah, I'm not up to date at all on Ring of Honor, but it'd be interesting to know like actual details. Obviously, they want to keep that under wraps. It's very rare to get that backstage stuff out into the limelight.
Until someone eventually leaves the company for good.
Yeah, exactly. But it's just crazy to think that a crazy brawl would happen at this time. But it also goes to show that people, whether it's wrestlers or not, once they get heated, they can just go crazy. Yeah. So I hope for the best for everybody that had to witness or got involved in this. But there will be repercussions, and probably people who get jobbed out will be the ones people speculate the most.
Yeah.
Are
the only people I think actually saying who would be either one of the Young Bucks or Cody Rhodes, since they're not exclusive ROH talent. They're not as controlled, but they're still keeping it under wraps. But like you said, we could probably see who's going to get punished, and that's going to leak out eventually. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, what do you think about it?
I don't know much about it, like Issa said, but it's just my quick 2 cents on it is it's going to get leaked out because all wrestling, whether it's non-WWE or WWE, has a bad problem with leaks. And you're going to find out sooner rather than later. And whether the company wants them people to know or not, you'll find out.
Yeah.
This is definitely the news section of people acting like idiots and getting in trouble with their companies.
Yeah, definitely.
Not surprised. It's happened before. It's going to happen again.
I mean, that's how Alberto left WWE, was backstage fight.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Well, next we have the
DJ, what's your backstage stuff? What's your news out of WWE?
Yeah, I have some backstage news. I don't. But
he's been fighting Francesca all week, man.
I've been trying to win the title for once.
Right.
But my non-wrestling news is Austin Aries.
Non-WWE wrestling news.
Yeah, non-WWE wrestling news is Austin Aries. When he was in New Orleans for WrestleMania week and WrestleCon, he had 4 titles with them. As of
Saturday, he had 5.
4.
There's 4 on there?
Mm-hmm.
He has 5.
Yeah, 4. He had 4 when he was in New Orleans. As of Saturday night, he did win another one, which is the DEF, the
Defy
title. Right now, he has titles such as the WSW title, Defiant Championship, the IPW UK World Championship, Impact World Championship, and the Impact Grand Championship.
And now the Defy one you said?
No, he already said Defy in that 5.
I said that in the 5-way.
Yeah.
The Defiant Championship.
That's his 5th title holding at the same time.
Right.
That's crazy.
And he's one of and this is a tweet, and I quote, "Last night continued to prove why I love being a pro wrestler, doing pro wrestling right now. At DEFYNW has something cool going on in the NW right now. Well run, good locker room, and a legion of rowdy, loyal fans. Some weren't happy how I swerve at Strickland Shane, but sometimes that's what it takes to beat a top talent, and say #the belt collector. Thank you at DEFYNW and its fans for a really fun night. See you soon. Time to celebrate." So I just think he's one of the top wrestlers right now in all of wrestling. whether it's WWE or not. He's working really hard at what he does, and I love a person who works at what they want and doesn't stop until he gets what he wants.
Yeah, I just want to quickly say that Austin. Yeah.
I think the audio is coming from the computer too. You think that's also getting picked up by the mic?
Oh no, it's only picked up by the mic because yeah, we don't have to worry about that. It's all mic.
I'm hearing stuff from the computer.
No, that's just the
video playback.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I'm just.
Yeah,
making
it's
sure.
not. That's not picking it up.
Okay.
But yeah, but my quick 2 cents. Austin Aries is probably one of the biggest losses WWE had in regards to getting rid of talent. They should have buckled down. I know dropping a title to Austin Aries, Neville would not have been upset about, because I think them two have like a really good respect for each other. But yeah, WWE has to see their screw up by looking at Austin Aries' success out in the world when they could have had that and had people just salivating for more.
But I mean, realistically, they didn't, because the reason why he left was because the 205 Live was on the pre-show, meaning that he was going to lose money because of that, and they kept 205 Live on the pre-show for this year's WrestleMania. So, I guess they haven't.
Yeah, they haven't learned their lesson, unfortunately.
But 205 Live isn't that big of a show anyway, so I mean,
popular.
No, it's pretty popular, but it's not one of the. You know, you can't put everything on the main card. That's what these wrestlers don't understand. But you're not on the top 2 main shows, and that's what gets on.
If you can put one of the better matches of that WrestleMania on the card.
Yeah, put bloody USA title.
Well, that's another story for another day. But
I mean, I'm just talking about even last year's one. That was one of the best ones.
Yeah, it was. So.
Yeah, and that's our news of wrestling outside of WWE. Now let's get straight into the next segment. We call it Biggest WWE News. Alright, Liam, you'll start this one off.
Yes. My biggest WWE news was... What was it again? I didn't write mine down.
None of my business.
I'll
go...
Alright, yeah, you take it.
I'll go first. Mine is Paige becoming SmackDown General Manager. And I like this because could she come back? Yeah, she could come back and wrestle. Daniel Bryan did. We all saw that 2 years after not wrestling. So I guess we'll find out what happens. And she's not great on the mic, but you don't have to talk long to be on as a general manager. I hope she does something with the women's division. Being a woman, I mean, I know she'll work with the men fine. I'm not worried about that. I'm hoping she does something with this women's division in SmackDown and get somebody to beat freaking Charlotte. I mean, like Liam said, you know, it's just great that they found somebody really quickly to be the new general manager. So
yeah,
we'll find out.
Yeah. Only the third woman to ever be a general manager. But the other two,
really?
BJ? What's the other two?
I know Vicky was one, and Stephanie McMahon, right? Or
Fourth
no, she's commissioner. But Vicky and who else?
AJ
Lee.
AJ Lee. Okay, I forgot about AJ
manager
Lee.
of Raw.
Okay, right. They were both managers of Raw, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and they were really
was
good.
Stephanie ever in the title of general manager or other thing?
I don't think.
Because I don't even know what the idea.
She might have been.
She might have been right when she won the company before she hired Mick Foley.
I don't know the concept of what's the difference between a general manager and a commissioner, anyways.
I don't know.
I don't know because they do the same stuff.
I think later on, early on in SmackDown, she became because she had a lot of stuff going on in SmackDown.
Y'all keep talking. I'm gonna look that up.
But yeah, I think this is really cool that Paige doesn't have to completely leave the company. And that they are holding on to her because she's a fantastic person and a fantastic talent. And having an Absolution run SmackDown would be interesting. Having a little bit more of a heelish sway.
Leadership in SmackDown?
Exactly. And then, like, they were fired.
But
guess who I'm bringing back?
Knowledge as a heel.
Exactly.
She was from
But,
2002 to
That's
2003.
what I thought.
Yeah.
But
On SmackDown. So, to answer
but
your
I think it'd be
question.
cool if, in order to keep Sammy and
I
Kevin.
just sometimes block out Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah, we all do.
Yeah.
But
Right.
keep Sammy and Kevin on SmackDown by having her just go fully heels. Like, yeah, you're coming back. I don't play their rules. And then you can have like really good feuds between Daniel Bryan and these two, or Daniel Bryan goes to Raw and he has good. But yeah, Paige as general manager, I'm excited about. That's really awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Paige.
So I'm just gonna go into my next story.
All right, no problem.
My story, I just remembered it, was that was talking about how NXT was rewarded 2 5-star matches for their takeover. One for the 6-man tag ladder match for the North American Championship, and the other one was for the main event. Basically, was for the Ciampa Gargano match.
And just to before you continue, it wasn't a tag, but
I know that
yeah.
I stopped when I said that.
Yeah.
That changed it. I'm
Yeah,
gonna talk about
we're all
the
gonna make
match.
slip ups today. We had a crazy day, crazy morning.
It's
But,
alright,
yeah,
we're good.
continue.
But anyways, yeah, this is really big stuff because in the I don't remember exactly how long. I think they said about 30 years since Meltzer's been doing the star rating. WWE's only ever got awarded 5 of them, and NXT's already had 3 in their short time, and within very few months. And of course, there's definite factor of Johnny Gargano, who was in 2 of them.
Oh yeah.
So I think as an individual, he probably has the most, because I think all the other ones in WWE have been by different people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So-
well, I'll talk about this since I was with Liam at the event, and it was a very good that ladder match to start off the night was awesome, and then you had the Johnny Gargano match, which
Adam Cole, baby.
I thought was really, they were both really good matches. I wish WWE cared more about the NXT storylines and cared more about their matches. I mean, WrestleMania was a good example of why they don't get 5-star matches as often as they should with the talent they have. They have great talent, they just don't use it right.
Yeah.
And
I could say in the closest comparative, I think the highest at WrestleMania was 4.5. That was the Ronda
I
Rousey
think
debut
4
match.
4.25.
4.25.
Yeah.
Whatever. That was
Something like that.
That was the Ronda Rousey match.
wow,
Yeah, and then,
that wasn't even a
Closely followed by the Charlotte Asuka match.
wow.
and as a viewer off of the network, the way they switched to different cameras on the ladder match was great, and the visuals that you got to see, like zoomed in with Johnny and Ciampa was it was picture perfect. I would have been absolutely appalled if they didn't get those 5 stars, because they were really great. They were 5 stars.
It could have even been the time when Lisa Gargano and Ciampa could have even gotten more than 5 stars.
Yeah.
I think he's only ever done that with Kenny Omega matches.
Yeah, Kenny Omega and
Kota Ibushi.
No, not Kota
not
Ibushi.
Kota?
It was the champion right now. I'll remember his name later.
That was
He's very Japanese. But yeah, and then to round this category off, it's gonna be the call-ups and the returns of the Monday night and Tuesday night right after WrestleMania. And we had Bobby Lashley return to a weird pop, but a pop nonetheless,
Weird
which
pop.
is real. Yeah, the people were like,
People were surprised.
"Oh!"
Yeah.
Instead of just like it wasn't anything like the pop that the Hardy Boys got, but it was a pop. But I was not a fan of how he came back, jobbing out Elias again when he is an up and comer who has all the talent in the world. He is able to get people cheering for him and then turn it around and get people booing for him like that.
We got it.
Yeah, I walk with Elias.
Move on.
Moving on,
we
moving
gotta go
on.
faster.
Calm down. You took the longest so far. And we had Ember Moon get called up from NXT.
The best call up of the night.
I'm super happy because I get to watch her matches now. Sorry, buddy. We also had Authors of Pain get called up, but after their match, they pushed Paul Ellering to the side, which is crazy. We'll see what happens there. That's a really cool call up. A lot of speculation that they were getting called up already, so that's cool.
That was one that I felt most obvious about. Then, of course, we had No Way Jose.
No Way Jose.
Your favorite call up.
Yeah, I don't understand because he is I feel he is following the same footsteps as Adam Rose.
Yep.
And we all know what happened to Adam Rose.
Nothing.
So, I hope for the best for the man, but we'll see what happens.
I think he came out with the rosebuds.
Yeah. In a conga line.
Yeah.
And then we had Samoa Joe return, Jeff Hardy return, and that was all the returns and call-ups on Monday Night Raw. So, a lot of great stuff happening there. And then on SmackDown, we had the Iconics, Peyton Royce and Billy Kay, and that's awesome. They are two fantastic duo wrestlers, and we'll see what they can do with them. Like, obviously they're heels, so SmackDown needs some faces up in there because they're just littered with heels. But we'll see what happens. Super exciting. What do you think about all the call-ups and stuff?
I thought they mostly were solid. I didn't like the Ember Moon call-up as much because I think that it works weirdly with her character for what she is, because her feud with Shayna has been the idea of confronting her, and it's been more of a grudge match than a championship match. And with losing and moving on, it feels more like running away. But I know WWE doesn't really care about the NXT storylines of what's going down there.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So it just kind of is something that it's dropped. I kind of hope it doesn't. I hope Shayna just kind of comes out and says Ember Moon ran away, just to get some heat.
You see, I hope that on Tuesday when we have this shakeup, we'll talk about that later, but the call-ups are good. I just agree with Liam that the call-up from Ember Moon was stupid. They don't care about the storylines, though, so...
That was my favorite.
It was stupid, though, for the way the storyline's been going in NXT. It should have waited about another, I'd say, 2 or 3 months. It's just stupid. And the No Jose match was stupid. He's not going anywhere. I hate to say it. But the Peyton Royce was really cool.
Right.
And
it's possible to know how people will react to No Jose.
Yeah, it was. And I like the Iconics on SmackDown. I watch SmackDown, obviously, as y'all all know. And I just hope that these call-ups really do something. I hate to see some people go from NXT and do nothing. So I just hope they all get to do something.
There was some surprises. I'm surprised that Almas hasn't moved up. I thought he was going to after his loss to Alistair.
Oh, okay.
But didn't end up moving up.
Yeah.
So
we'll see what happens.
He might move up in the shakeup. You never know.
And then, all right, let's get right on to the category 3. And I believe that Liam has the best one here. Is the best segment of the week. All right, Liam, take it away.
Well, yeah, my best segment of the week is one of the 5-star matches from TakeOver New Orleans, and that's the Gargano Ciampa match. And I was telling him earlier, I can start up a YouTube channel just talking about everything in the matchup, because I think there was so much to it. And I was there live. I want to actually go back and rewatch some of it, because some of the close-up details.
Do it.
From even the idea, the fact that it went on after the main event, because it's it's an off the books. What's the word that they actually use for it? Unsanctioned. It's an unsanctioned match. So of course it goes after the title. It's after the main event. Unsanctioned, and then even having the ref wear the black shirt instead of the normal outfits, and he comes out with gloves. Even a lot of the stuff with the ref, like there's a lot of points in there where he's trying to tell him, keep your hands up like you normally do. And there's a lot of times where you can see him like wanting to intervene in the match, but knowing that he can't. And it's like, that's a lot of acting just to put on from the referee itself.
One of the best bits, I want to say, because I wasn't there live, I watched it off the network, was they had a spot where Johnny is in a submission from Ciampa, and he's laying it on, and Johnny's in pain, and he's crawling, he gets to the ropes, and the ref is like, I'm sorry, Johnny, there's no rope breaks in this match. There's no rope breaks, so he has to will himself to get out. Even great stuff from the ref, great stuff from both wrestlers.
Yeah, the fact that Ciampa didn't come out to any music, just chorus of boos, and every spot in there had so much thought behind it, so much power and intrigue behind it. Like I really knew it was something special when I saw them bring in the crutches, which is probably the only weak spot I thought with the plant and stealing the crutches. That's probably the only thing I didn't like in the match. But stealing the crutches in there, the fact that he didn't go right in and just start attacking with that, but just like miss, and it was building up the crutches as some really dangerous weapon that you don't want to get hit by.
Yeah,
that's so much thought that you see
great.
Lost in the idea of hardcore matches, because everything is like so many chair shots, they stop meaning anything, but with it becomes so much more thoughtful and so much more thought out and more powerful and dynamic. So it was really a thinking man wrestling match. It was really, as I said before, idea of looking at wrestling as an art form, looking at that. With all the callbacks, the whole at the end where they come in and Ciampa's sitting down and Gargano comes to sit down next to him, which is a callback to the Cruiserweight Classic match at the end of that. So
Great
much thought
match.
behind that, and it was just so intriguing, and you think like who's gonna win, who's going. It takes Gargano to his limits, and he tries to realize like where he's been pushed to, and try to keep his humanity with him, and it's a real compelling journey from beginning to end.
Yeah, I love this match. Like I said, watching it, like I said, go watch it on the network because it is something special. Anything, Dad?
Yeah, it was a good match. NXT, was it a long match? Yes. Was it boring because it was a long match? No, because it was NXT. If it was WWE, somehow WWE would have screwed it up by dragging it out. You didn't think this match was a drag-out match. You just thought it was very well thought out. It was long, but it was thought out so well and had so many spots in it that, oh wow, they just did that and we still got more match. You didn't want it to end kind of match.
Yeah, the Fight Forever chance told us
And
that.
on Raw and SmackDown and on their pay-per-views, they dragged out matches in a bad way. You want them to end. But on NXT, you never do, and that's why I love that match.
Yeah, I even thought the crowd was doing a really good job getting into it.
New Orleans crowd from the New Orleans crowd from the ceremony, the Hall of Fame ceremony, all the way up to probably Wednesday because it was filmed there. But from
it was
Wednesday,
filmed on that Saturday.
yeah, but from
but all the
to Tuesday, it was great. It was
Right.
great.
Oh yeah,
It was great.
Yeah,
And
but
the commentary team loved New Orleans. They did.
But how much anger they had for Ciampa versus cheers that they had for Gargano.
It was literally picture perfect heel versus face.
Yeah.
Yep.
The best
And I
I've
mean,
seen in
it
years.
was.
Yeah.
All right, so my best segment of WWE was the retirement speech from Paige. Oh, this one tugged at my heartstrings, y'all. I loved it. You could see the emotion. You could see her holding back those tears, just knowing that she doesn't want to quit wrestling. She doesn't want to stop being an in-ring competitor. And the fact that Daniel Bryan gets to do it, and she has hopes for herself. Because when you're watching Raw and you hear this speech, we didn't know she was going to go to SmackDown and become GM. So it was just like all this emotion was there from the start of it to the end. And I just wanted, when I saw her crying, I wanted to cry with her because she was so passionate about it. And it was, there was a lot of matches that I absolutely loved. The match he talked about, the ladder match, the Intercontinental match, the 205 Live match. So much greatness. But this was the heart. This was the heart of why I love wrestling and why I had to give the best segment to Paige. So I'm happy that for her continuing into WWE, like I said. But holy crud, this woman knows how to put on a great promo and a great retirement speech. And my heart goes out to you, Paige.
Do you think it ends up getting hurt by having the very next day her being
No.
brought back as GM. Do you think if they would have drawn it out a little bit more,
No.
there'd be more?
No.
I feel like because Daniel Bryan became an in-ring competitor instantly, and he was like, "I'm leaving GM," they kind of backed themselves into a corner.
No, they didn't. Well,
They could have. I mean, yeah, Shane could have been like, "All right, at the Superstar Shakeup, we'll find a new GM and let it sit for a week." They could have done that, but I feel like because they did paint themselves in the corner and they need a GM instantly,
why do you ask
they
that?
wanted to have the right person, and I do feel like she is the right person. Especially with the way they treated Daniel Bryan and his injury into in-ring competitor.
I'd also ask if they get a new commissioner. Because
No.
then Shane McMahon stepped down before WrestleMania
He
as
did.
commissioner.
He said, "I'm taking a little bit of leaves of absence." 2 weeks later, he's in a WrestleMania match against the people he is stepping down.
Then he's
from.
back in commissioner.
Yep.
So
I think Shane McMahon's leaving soon.
He's the best wrestler in the world.
yeah, definitely.
I think Shane McMahon is. I do agree with that, Liam. That they should get a new one, and they are going to get a new one. Because with the hernia and the vasculitis, whatever he has, it's hard to even function as a normal human being. Much less all the stress that goes in with wrestling.
I mean, enough time, he'll heal.
Right, but maybe he'll come back after it heals. I don't know. Until then, get a...
Yeah, but we're not talking about Shane. We're talking about Paige in her retirement speech.
Well, right, but, I mean, does
So what do you
Paige
think
just...
about
But my question to y'all is, does Paige just run everything by herself? They don't need a commissioner. Just a general manager.
Not talking about the general manager or the commissioner or any crowd like that. I'm talking about her retirement speech. So what did you think about the retirement speech? That's another topic for another day.
A real good speech. I think that was one of the points where in the WrestleMania weekend where the crowd could have stayed back a little more, maybe just cheered to the end instead of kind of interrupting her halfway through. I'm at least they didn't do something like stupid like Trent Rusev did while she was giving her speech.
Oh, that would have made me so mad. At least they were respectful to her and chanting for her and about the good that she has brought the WWE. And what crazy poetic justice that
also
she debuted in New Orleans and leaves in New Orleans and hopefully returns to New Orleans once again.
Also, I would have said, I think it would. I wonder why they didn't do this, but have when Paige retire, have all the women come from out the back and cheer her on, because they've done that a lot with people retiring. Have especially since NXT, Raw, SmackDown, all the women were back there. They were all in New Orleans. They could just have them all come out.
Yeah, so what are your thoughts on the Paige retirement? Because you were there. So
It was alright. It was kind of a... I disagree with Liam that they should have waited a little longer to make her general manager.
About the retirement speech, though.
But the retirement... It was okay. I mean, it was the best place for her to retire as a wrestler. I never really thought she was going to retire completely when she said in her speech that she had to find something else to do. Because WWE is very good at finding other jobs. So I just wish she would have left the door open a little more and made it more like we're all skepting what she might do if she's going to leave or not. Not saying that she's going to leave and then come back. I just kind of wish she would have left the door open a little more. So, that's all. And I guess
that was the best segment for me.
And I guess I'll go with mine. Mine's going to be really quick. Daniel Bryan's first ever wrestling on live TV in the 2 years. He wrestled Nakamura and he wrestled actually AJ Styles, but Nakamura came in and messed up the match. I'm not going to say too much about it because I am going to talk about it on my WrestleMania recap. My SmackDown recap. So check that out. And it was really good to see him wrestling again.
I watched both matches. Of course I did. But Daniel Bryan versus AJ. Yeah, they did pull back a little bit. But that man is still very fluid in that ring, and he still looks great in that ring. And you can tell he loves this business. You can tell he loves being an in-ring competitor, and that's fantastic. And I'm super happy for Daniel Bryan. Super happy he's back. And I've been saying ever since he started growing his hair out again that he's going to be back in the ring someday. Really, really soon. And hey, yeah, New Orleans gets it. Heck yeah. So, yeah, guys, this was really awesome. And I'm super glad. Congrats, Daniel.
Yeah, I mean, it's very exciting to see him back in the ring. And I did feel that one of his first matches of rivalries would be against AJ Styles, because AJ Styles is so good at protecting people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a very logical choice, and good to see him in a match where he was actually able to do stuff and not just get laid out for most of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So let's go on to our fourth category of our show, and it is, are you serious, WWE? Now, this is a lot different than the previous three, where we all have a little bit of say. This is just each person just giving a little bit of rant to let off some steam. And holy crap, do I have some steam. Are you serious, WWE? Finishing Asuka's streak to Charlotte when Charlotte didn't need it, not even a little bit. We already knew she was one of the best wrestlers in the women's division that y'all have. But why take down Asuka's streak when Ember Moon getting it, or a different newcomer altogether? Not Ronda Rousey, but someone new, someone with a lot more craziness coming, like a new indie darling coming in who's just like, oh yeah, you think you're all that great? Now look at me. Charlotte didn't need it. Charlotte did not need it. And then to just completely not even sell the fact that it was a hard-fought battle. And to not only sell that, but have Charlotte do it with a wonky arm. No, that was the wrong call. The wrong woman won, and that really ticks me off. But hey, what can you do? We're not the ones booking it, unfortunately. Asuka, I hope you do get that women's title that you absolutely have earned. Keep fighting. Asuka's gonna kill you.
Yeah, she will get it, and
You're next. You're next.
I am.
Okay,
I'm doing a segue into mine. She will get it, but another person that has gotten a career title, has gotten all the titles. He is, whatever you call it, the career.
The Conqueror.
No, they call it something else when you win all the titles. Seth Rollins said it Monday night.
Grand Slam.
The career Grand Slam is Roman Reigns. Now, since he won all the titles, WWE is just like being stupid with him. I mean, 4 WrestleManias in a row, you put him, or 3 or 4 WrestleManias in a row, I can't even remember anymore, against Brock Lesnar, he hasn't won one. Really? I mean, what are they doing with him? They're going to put him against Brock Lesnar. He might win, he might not win. Against Samoa Joe, I don't think he's winning. I certainly don't think he's winning against Brock Lesnar. And it's pathetic. They're putting him in high matches just to lose. What is he becoming like? He's just becoming like a, I don't know. I don't even remember the last time they did this to a top talent wrestler. I know he's not one of the top 5, but I know he's in the top 10. Or they wouldn't be booking him like this. So, but I'm not WWE. I always hated the way WWE books stuff. So, yeah.
Anyways, my what you think in WWE is why do you let Lars Sullivan, or anyone else for that matter, continue to do the diving headbutt after all the people who have used it and have suffered a lot of mental problems with Daniel Bryant and Chris Benoit and Dynamite Kid, and the creator Holly Ray saying that he wished he never created it because of all the injuries coming to it. Why now, with still once again all the stuff with Daniel Bryan, do you continue to allow people to do this? You stop people from using the pile driver, especially after Stone Cold broke his neck, but you continue on with this stuff. It's ridiculous, and they just need to stop. Lars Sullivan definitely doesn't need it. I don't think anyone needs this. Daniel Bryan doesn't need it. I mean, no one really needs this as a move to get them over with. It just needs to stop.
All right, yeah, that's just the rants that we needed to get off of our chest. Thank you for dealing with that. All right, guys. Our next segment is Book It Yourself, where we take 3 ideas, throw it into a randomizer, and the top one gets picked. However, mine will not be thrown into the hat next week because mine got picked, and it is Samoa Joe versus Roman Reigns at Backlash. Let's book the match. All right. I guess I'll start.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, guys, my match would be this. After Brock Lesnar again somehow defeats Roman Reigns after 20 F5s this time, Samoa is just laughing and he's like, haha, I got this. Samoa Joe goes to Kurt Angle and says, I want to set the match. I want a certain stipulation for this match. Submission only. So now Roman Reigns, he doesn't have submissions. He doesn't know the submission game. Now he has to try to think of, oh heck, how am I supposed to beat Samoa Joe now? Only using submissions. Samoa Joe has a lot. Roman Reigns has 0. So I think this would be a good way to at least refresh Roman Reigns, give him a little bit of more repertoire in his belt. Of course, Samoa Joe does go over. No tap outs, but makes, as he's been saying, Roman Reigns go to sleep. I think this would be a really good match, a really good way. Samoa Joe's a great worker, and he'd be able to work with, he'd be able to work very well with Roman Reigns. And I think if you still want to try to get Roman Reigns over, this is the way to do it. Build him up, give him a little bit more variety, give him some submissions, and actually let him lose a 3rd time in a row, a big marquee match, so that way he has to really fight when it comes to SummerSlam or Survivor Series. This is the way I feel like it would work. You were close to getting him over a few times, but you just don't know what you're doing with this character. Refresh him, revitalize him, and give him a submission-only match. How would you book it?
It all seems fine. I don't think Brock Lesnar is walking out of Saudi Arabia with the champion. And to tell you the truth, has Brock Lesnar ever been in a steel cage match? I just don't see him climbing that and getting over. But anyways, either way, the best idea for trying to get Roman Reigns over would be to not put him in a feud with a very over heel like Samoa Joe. That's very dumb. Just what they really need to do is just try to build up a new heel that people hate so much that they would actually cheer for Roman. But I mean, it's
tough.
But for your picks, I think they were fine enough. It would try to have to make Roman Reigns, change his style up and do more. It would be a good test for him. Good character development.
Definitely.
So.
And then that's what I want to see Roman Reigns succeed. I actually like Roman Reigns. I've liked him ever since the Shield. And he needs a little bit more. He needs more than Superman punch, spear, drive by.
Samoan drop.
Samoan drop.
But I wouldn't put him against Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe's
it's already happening. I'm just saying I'm booking the match.
I know it's happening, but like Liam said, for Roman Reigns to I want to see him against Samoa Joe. We're going to see him against Samoa Joe. But the way I would book it is I don't want to say a no DQ match, but a match where they can just do a little more. Maybe Roman Reigns works on it. He's still going to lose the match. I have a feeling. I hate to say that because I don't want to see him lose 3 matches in a row to a top talent. But Roman Reigns comes in. He showcases his new stuff that he has. John Cena, besides this match, lately John Cena has been showing more of himself, been showing more moves, a little more repertoire. I wish they would do that with Roman Reigns. Bouncing off the ropes a little more. Not just a few a few Superman punches, a few spears, and the match is over. No, I want to see some jumping off the top rope, throwing Samoa Joe over maybe. I don't know, power bombing him a couple times. I don't know, just something more than what he's been doing.
But they followed the trend of copying stuff from NXT and have an unsanctioned match.
No, that'll never happen. I hate to say it.
Because I know they did that with the Shark Cage.
Oh yeah, it's good. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
We're just waiting for it.
Yeah.
4-man ladder match coming up soon in Saudi Arabia. But yeah, so that's how we would book. Do you have any ways you would book Samoa Joe versus Roman Reigns, like in your own interest?
Not really. I mean, I think yours is pretty solid.
Okay.
Like, once again, I would say I wouldn't do it overall.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason why I'm picking it is because it's going to happen. So
yeah,
I'm just trying to give like a fresh take on a dance we've seen before.
Yeah, it's kind of like, though, like when Almas first debuted and he put him against two really likable heels to begin with.
Yeah.
One being Ty Dillinger. And he was booed instantly because he was going over the people that were more face at the time.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, yeah. We can move on.
All right. Yeah. Cool. Sounds good. All right. So, 6th category. And this one's really cool because it's different from the first 3. It's different from the last 2 we just did.
Okay.
So, it's called What Do You Think? Where we pick a topic and we ask the other guys sitting next to us or almost next to us. You guys understand. You're smart. All right.
You want me to go first?
Yes,
Since
you go first.
Mine's Tuesday, and we all know we have the superstar shakeup. And I already know Liam's take a little bit, but he can elaborate for y'all. I want to hear Issa's take and Liam's take. I'm just going to say real quick that I just hope that it goes well. I hope that WWE knows what they're doing with these superstars and that it all goes well.
But what's the question?
My thing is not what will come out of this. What do you think? Do you think SmackDown and Raw will be better or worse in any way? Whatever you think. If you pick worse, say why. If you pick better, say why.
You know how to answer questions.
Okay.
Frame the question.
My question is SmackDown and Raw going to be worse or better? Both shows. Because of the shakeup.
There we go. So what do we think about that?
Right.
Do you want to take this one first?
I didn't know it was a question.
Or
NXT for that matter.
I guess I can go first.
Okay.
But basically it's saying, I think for the most part it'll just be a good refresher. I mean, that's really what these things are doing. They're shaking up just when a lot of the feuds are done with. They don't have any place to go with. Put them in there, give them new feuds to work with. It's good revitalizing, and I think it should just work out pretty well. I wouldn't see any reason why it wouldn't work out.
Yeah. What I think is that I'm going to be getting a lot of superstars I don't want on my show, like Naomi or Natalia, which would hurt my heart. But at least we have Ember Moon. Yes, I'm very, very...
That's the shakeup. Ember Moon goes to SmackDown, and Naomi goes to Raw.
I would cry. I would absolutely
love that.
cry. Because I popped so big for Ember Moon debuting on Raw. If they debut her on Raw and then send her straight over to SmackDown the next week.
I mean, they're all going to be...
I would hate that. That would be so stupid. But, yeah. Ember Moon is a fantastic talent, and certain people in certain brands just... I don't think they should send Naomi over to SmackDown because SmackDown needs all the face. That's what I meant. Send from SmackDown to Raw because SmackDown needs all the faces they can get because they are overrun with heels at the minute.
I agree with that.
So I feel like Bayley might be going, unfortunately, but we'll see what the shakeup does. I'm excited. I'm excited for it because tomorrow and Tuesday should be a crazy big surprise fest, kind of like the Raw after Mania. However, I do want to say this one thing. I know it's going to be a hard, bloody get through because of all the, oh my gosh, this is difficult with all the breaks and all that. But hopefully we'll get to the real good feuds again the week after. That's what I'm really looking forward to, is what the story that they're able to build after the shakeup is complete.
Okay.
Because that's always the hardest thing, is getting through these 2 weeks. All right, I'll go next on my question. So, you, Liam, DJ, what do you think about the Woken universe? Obviously, about to get the gold.
Liam, you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think it should work out well. They're quite over right now. Woken Man, Woken Brave. I don't know. It doesn't necessarily seem like they're going to add Jeff Hardy right now, but they could in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe other Woken characters. But, yeah, I mean, you should always go for your highest ticket, and outside of Nicholas, that's the Woken universe right now. So,
Nicholas.
Surprised we're saying a 10-year-old in the same sentence as, is that all you had?
yeah, you can go.
Okay. Yeah, I'm surprised we're putting a 10-year-old with, some WWE superstars, but that's just the way WrestleMania went. But, the Woken universe, was actually pretty cool. I like seeing Bray Wyatt as a heel. I mean, as a face. And are they faces? Right?
Yeah, they're faces.
They're faces, okay.
It's been a long time coming.
Yeah, and I never really did care for Bray Wyatt as a heel. I never really did. But I think with him, with Woken Matt Hardy, it works perfectly. If they do it right, I think they will win the titles at champion at the thing. Saudi Arabia. Royal Rumble, and maybe in the future, if you add Jeff Hardy, you might have a six-man tag match with if the Shield ever get back together. And I would love to see that, with all of them having the gold, and maybe Jeff Hardy having a title too, along with the Shield. The crowd would love that. I would make up, and just to see them have the gold would be pretty awesome.
All right, and your question, Liam.
Well, my question is, regarding the Greatest Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia, the fact that the laws in Saudi Arabia are not allowing any women to be on the card, have any matches. What do you think of, that fact, especially compared to the fact that they've been touting this women's revolution thing for so long, and them to go with, they're working with the government on this.
Mm-hmm.
They've been hired by them. So the idea that they're going to go with a very sexist, working with a very sexist government, how does that relate back to all their women's revolution?
Is there any main reason why they do it, or they just?
That's just their sexist government policy in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, I have an answer for this without a doubt. I've been thinking about this ever since it was completely found out that Saudi Arabia still no women involved in this show, and I'm not okay with that, because I feel like the laws in the Middle Eastern countries are really outdated. It is completely sexist. It is completely racist. It is completely scary to even be over there at times. And yeah, they're gonna have security like never before for the WWE superstars, but I feel like it would have been really, really cool for Saudi Arabia to be like, hey, we are going to open up to the world. We want to grow. We want to get better. So we're going to have the women compete. Because in another area, Dubai, was it?
I think it was Dubai.
They had the first women wrestling over there. Yeah, they had to be completely covered up.
There's Alexa Bliss and Sasha Banks.
Alexa Bliss and Sasha Banks for the Raw Women's title.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? What do you mean by completely covered up? Like a full shirt and full pants? No halfsies?
Yeah, no
stomach showing?
No cleavage, and that's fine.
Yeah, right.
I would rather see a country so one way be like, hey, America is doing great, Japan is doing great, Britain, all these other places are doing great, and they are allowing women to do more. Maybe we should get and evolve to these times, but they're not. Dubai saying, yeah, we will. Yeah, we still have our traditions that we want to be upheld, but we're letting the women do more. That's fantastic. That is growth.
Right.
All it takes is a little bitty seed to grow into a massive oak. But Saudi Arabia being the exact opposite is upsetting.
I think when they had that match, they had chance of this is progress from the crowd. So
I mean,
that's like I said, that's fantastic. And it's upsetting
because for most of what I've ever seen, it's not really the people. It's a lot of the governments that push that stuff.
And I don't mind if they do a strict rule like you have to cover them up all the way, or they can't wear tank tops or short shorts or stuff like that. I don't mind, as long as you're not being sexist or racist or any of that kind of stuff. I mean, I'm not good at politics, so I'm not going to get into just of that. But it just shows all the freedom we have over here in the United States.
It shows how far we've come from the 1800s to the early 1900s to the mid 1900s to even now.
Now, I mean, it's crazy how people think living over here is hard. Some people still think it's crazy, but
I mean,
over there, it's worse.
It was last year they allowed women to start driving.
In Saudi?
Yeah, in Saudi Arabia.
Wow.
It was last year. I mean, but they still can't go out without an escort either.
I mean, like Liam, like Isa said, there's going to be a lot of security, and I'm okay with that. I mean, you got to do what the law state, but come on, let the women do more stuff. I know the women over there are probably been on strike a few times for all kinds of stuff. I mean, I just wish they let them do more, and I'm not a politician, so I don't have any say so, but if I did, I would let them fight. I'd probably have them covered up completely. But I don't know. It's just sad.
Though there is that part, but what about the part of the WWE touting the women's revolution on one hand to promote themselves, but also working with the government?
The only way...
Because it's not as if the WWE chose to go here and they had to work with the rules. The government actually came and paid WWE to go there as a promotional event.
Wait.
So doesn't it seem almost hypocritical?
I mean, it does. It definitely does.
Yeah.
It's just, what do you expect from Vince when the big bucks are coming his way? Mm-hmm. Because he's known for making decisions like this. I mean, look at a lot of the women's revolution and how on the main roster it has still to this day been stinted. Like, we could have so many great feuds with Mickie James and Alexa, or Sasha and Bayley, like in NXT, or Becky and Naomi. Or there's things that they could work around, and not every single woman be in one match for this one goal, because then it gets tiresome. It's just the same old, and you can still feel that stronghold from Vince. So it's not surprising that he would say, hey, the women here, yay, they're being competitors. Oh, but the money here, we can take a step back from that. It's not surprising. It's upsetting, not surprising.
It even seems to go past Vince, because there was the infamous tweet from Stephanie McMahon when she said that that in the new era, philanthropy is the new marketing tool. So basically, in that tweet, she admits the fact that using charities and philanthropy and things like the Women's Revolution as marketing more than actually caring about it. And that's from a woman.
Yeah. Vince is her daddy. That's all I can say about that.
And one quick thing, because I know we're kind of out of time, but it's just, Vince could have said no to this because of the Women's Revolution. He could have said no, but he didn't because of the money. So that's all I have to say.
All right, let's get on to our final category. It shouldn't take us too long, probably 10 more minutes, and then we'll sign out. But it's our mailbag, and I actually did get a few questions sent in our way, which was pretty cool. But I'm going to send them out. The first one was, what was your favorite WrestleMania match? The actual WrestleMania show.
So I can't say Gargano Ciampa.
No, you can't say Gargano Ciampa.
Ronda Rousey, because I liked how they let Ronda Rousey actually fight the men. The men fight the women fight the men. I liked how they intermixed that a little bit. They let Ronda Rousey do most of the fighting, which was cool to see. and she will do very well in the WWE.
What if I edit in the Gargano Ciampa match into WrestleMania? No? Okay.
No, don't do that.
I would say the Intercontinental title match.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably going to be yours as well.
I got a second one. So.
Okay. But, I mean, it was just a really great match. All the guys worked well together.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Very exciting. No real low spots. And, I mean, it was a very solid matchup.
Yeah, that one was my favorite. And then I also absolutely loved AJ Nakamura because it is the start of a feud. And it shows that. But my favorite outside of Triple Threat would be the 205 Live Cruiserweight Championship match because these two guys put on a great show. And having Mustafa Ali hit the 054 and then the legs right at the last second. Oh, picture perfect. And then, oh man, dude. Alexander finally gets it. He finally wins, which was the right choice.
Right.
Yep. Ali is still hot at the minute, and he's gonna stay. He's not going anywhere. He'll get that title run.
Yeah.
But the right person, I feel, was Alexander. With all the craziness with Enzo, he absolutely earned it. But yeah, 205 Live Championship match. All right, the next question was, what has been the greatest experience for WrestleMania week? Yes, hurry up. Say it.
Gargano Ciampa.
I have to say
number one.
I have to say everything. From the way WrestleCon put on their little thing Friday night, to NXT, to WrestleMania, to the stage at WrestleMania, to Monday Night Raw, and to even SmackDown. I didn't go to that one, but everything else I did go to. And it's just amazing how I don't know how early they get here to put all this on before the week starts, but it just amazes me how they can put it all together and then take it all down real quickly. It just amazes me how they can put all this on in probably less than a week.
Yeah, and my favorite experience from the entire WrestleMania weekend was just to be able to watch every single event, every single story take place from Friday night all the way up till Wednesday night, just to seeing all the little intricacies of how they're able to do it, and being a part of this this YouTube channel with y'all, because it's been a journey. We started and we're still just growing and we're still going strong, and it's been fun and I'm having a blast. Hope you guys are too.
Yeah.
And yeah, hopefully we'll be able to go on to more other promotions in the future. We'll see. But yeah, it's definitely been just the ride of being able to be a part of something like this. Even though I wasn't there, still being a part of it in different ways.
You know, another thing I would add to what felt really great was actually being out there and in the city, because there's not a whole lot of people who are wrestling fans. Even if you went back to, say, the Attitude Era, I think they were getting like weekly maybe 5 million, views in their ratings and stuff. Even that is still small compared to the actual entire population of the U.S. But the idea of so many people put together in one spot, that you walk down and you see all the people with the wrestling shirts and all the people with saying like Happy Rusev Day and all that, it just felt like you're part of something bigger than yourself, and you really feel like you belong.
Oh yeah, that's why I love going to Comic-Con.
Yeah,
right.
It's a lot like that too.
It's just you feel like you're with family.
Yeah.
You feel like you are with.
It was like that. I looked around the dome Sunday, and there was maybe 15 empty seats. I mean, it was amazing how they fill it up. And the Superdome actually broke the record for the most concessions ever sold. They ran out of stuff, because that's how much WWE fans do not care how much stuff costs. They will be there no matter what.
And it's a great testament too, because a lot like with comic books, wrestling is such a maligned hobby to be a part of.
Yeah, it is.
People will always put down people who are wrestling fans
and wrestlers.
Yeah, so it's really great to feel this togetherness
Yeah. And another really cool question that I got was WrestleMania's over.
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking forward to into the next year? Until the next WrestleMania, what are the things you are looking forward to the most?
I'm looking to see how storylines, after the shakeup, how storylines are going to go. WWE will always disappoint me. I hate to say it. But just to see what they're going to do with Brock Lesnar, that he signed a new deal, what they're going to do with this Sasha Bailey thing, all the storylines. I'm just looking to see what they're going to do with them and if they go the right way. I'm almost 100% sure they won't go the way I want them to, but will they go the right way for business? Not the way the authority thinks of business, but the way us three think, the fans, I guess you could say, think of business. It's gonna be a fun year. Like Issa said earlier, I'm just getting into this, and it's really cool that I get to follow SmackDown every week.
Thing I'm looking forward to is just really the whole of NXT. Its future definitely looks bright with all the stars in there. Triple H pointed out a great thing in one of his interviews afterwards is that, or maybe beforehand, but saying that when it comes to NXT, this takeover at New Orleans didn't have a single person that was at the takeover from last year's WrestleMania.
What?
It was completely new set. Like all those people ended up moving up.
That's awesome.
And just all new, and it's just like they really repackage, and they all they all feel like they're gonna be here throughout and up until next WrestleMania. Maybe not Almas, he could possibly be moving up, but all the exciting stuff that you can see from Gargano, Ciampa, Aleister Black,
You'll see more of that.
Undisputed Era, Velveteen Dream, Ricochet. I mean, it's probably
more to come.
It's probably one of the strongest single rosters in wrestling today.
And
all with a very great writing team behind it.
Yeah. And I'm looking forward to Mixed Match Challenge Season 2. I'm just kidding. I'm not looking forward to that at all. By the way, I won that predictions. So
oh, you did?
I won that predictions.
Congrats.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to the new direction of 205 Live. I want to see them bring in new talent and make it like a development for cruiserweights. So that way, if they not necessarily make it into the main roster, but develop them in order to make it somewhere on the indies and possibly come back later on and make it onto the main roster. I'm looking forward to seeing just how far these people or this brand can go, because it's looking bright. Buddy Murphy on the show now saying that this is his division. Kalisto putting on a barn burner with Buddy Murphy until the botched end. And just the Brian Kendrick coming back. Jack Gallagher. Noam Dar coming back soon. Like all these great talents being able to actually do what they do best now that the right team is behind them. And I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. I saw the laugh.
Yeah, it's the same team as
NXT. I know. We get the best shows.
Yeah, best shows.
And we get the worst shows. Yeah, because I have Raw. So, no.
No, because SmackDown's actually not that bad.
Yay, best shows.
SmackDown's actually close. Actually, SmackDown's a pretty good show, so I wouldn't say.
But and
some weeks they are good.
I guess the last question, because I did have another one, but we'll save that one for next week. The last question was, it has nothing to do with WrestleMania. It has nothing to do with Johnny Gargano or Tommaso Ciampa.
Sorry,
come on.
buddy. Steven's
but
out.
it is a really cool one. Out and about in the indies, who would you like to see make their way to WWE?
Wow, I mean,
I know it's a big pool.
Some obvious ones start off with Will Ospreay and Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh yeah,
especially with
we got Zach for a little bit.
Yeah, especially with the second coming of the UK tournament.
Ooh, Very, very
What
nice.
about-
But the winner that's supposed to be getting the
But
title shot.
what about some
Against
people?
Roderick Strong?
Yeah,
I mean, I
possibly.
wouldn't mind seeing some of the people we saw Friday night, like DJZ. You know, I can't remember all the names. I'm not very good at remembering names, but
Cage would be good.
Cage. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, okay.
that's-
I'm surprised
call,
that they.
yeah.
I'm surprised they haven't brought him up.
I'm surprised they didn't
He
try.
has the look that they love.
And he has
'cause-
not only that,
'cause the
but he
matches were really
also
good.
He has the talent behind him. He has the mic skills, but he also has the fan support.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
Like he would be a good heel to bring in for Roman Reigns because he is great at getting heat.
yeah, I mean, it's really surprising. I just feel like maybe Vince hasn't seen him yet or something.
which is
Because
great.
when I first saw him, I was like, that's gonna be I first saw him in Lucha Underground. I was like,
Yeah.
that's gonna be the guy Vince is gonna pull from this.
Oh yeah,
that's a Vince.
and
guy
then it
right there.
became Ricochet.
Yeah, that's,
I don't know what.
that was the
um,
Triple H guy.
Yeah, exactly. But
Yeah.
I would have to say like Kenny Omega.
So if
Oh,
they could,
if only.
that was another one they had for a brief period on NXT, but he
Yeah.
never made an appearance before he got let go.
But I mean, now with like not only all the 5-star matches that he has, but
The
5-star
7 and 8
plus.
star matches.
Yeah, and then not only that, but just his work with Chris Jericho is something we never thought we'd be able to see.
Yeah.
And then we actually got to see it, and it's just something out of nowhere amazing. And then just the fact that him, the Young Bucks, bringing Cody back, bringing Marty Scurll, any of the Bullet Club really, like we have the little bitty seeds with AJ, Finn, and Anderson and Gallows. But holy crud, the amount of talent they can pull from New Japan, Ring of Honor, Jay Lethal. Ooh, as Macho Man. Just for a little bit.
Machizo.
The Black Machizo, yes. Oh, there's so many great talents out there that WWE
Hasn't
can
seen you.
bring. Oh, they've seen them. They've seen them. They know them. They know they're there. They have them. They can just bring them in. Oh, that would just be too sweet.
And how they even,
Reppin'
referenced
Francesco.
TNA this past Raw.
I mean, they
So
didn't say
it was-
Impact, and I feel like they only did that because Jeff is in the Hall of Fame. But holy crud, the fact that Vince is just letting bygones be bygones and possibly working with them. Like, holy crud, Cage, what was the other guy's name? Cage is on TNA right now. Johnny Mundo.
Yeah.
I would love to see him come back. Like, working together, and we see Johnny Nitro come back. Oh, hardcore parkour. Oh, that made me so happy. He watch his match with Ricochet. Prince Puma in Underground. Episode 1, the main event. Prince Puma, Johnny Mundo. Holy crud. That match is a thing of beauty. And also watch our reviews and our shows because we gotta plug ourselves.
Yeah.
But yeah, I felt like it was a really good question, so it had to be asked.
Yeah, I can feel that'd be also a great indie pickup would be us too. We'll replace Peter Rosenberg.
Yes.
Wait, can we
we'll be
replace?
managers.
Wait, can we replace
Hey,
Michael Cole?
WWE. If you're hiring, we are down. We'll come on the show. We'll be talent. I have charisma for days. I have mic skills for days.
I can be the manager.
He could be the silent one.
Oh, shut up.
He can be the witty one, and I can be the passionate one because we all have our strengths. I'm not going there. And then Francesca's looking too. So come on, WWE. We love you.
Too sweet. Too
Are you
sweet.
saying Francesca's looking?
Or
good looking?
no, for looking for employment as
looking
well.
for employment. Okay.
Yes, we all are. We're all looking for a change of scenery. But yeah, on an actual not crazy. That's
Serious note.
On an actual serious note, thank you guys so much for joining in for our first ever podcast. It's been a lot of fun. Yeah, we went a little bit over, but
We'll work on that.
we are over, so we are allowed to not But we have the idea of how to not do it. We don't. It's fine. It's our first episode. We're excited. We wanted to go a little bit over to share you guys with us, or share us with you guys. That's the right way.
The speech doesn't help us get under.
Nope. But anyways, thank you guys so much for joining in for our first ever podcast episode. We're gonna keep doing them every week. 1 to 2. We're actually gonna keep our schedule now. 1 to 2. We just had a very, fingers crossed, yes. We actually had a very, very big event happen where we live. It was supposed to happen yesterday, but it happened today instead. So, yeah, we were there for that event. But yeah, guys, thank you again. Yeah, I'm wrapping up. Sorry. Thank you guys again so much. I'm getting there.
Okay. Sorry.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give us a sexy likes.
And the not sexy ones, too.
Share to all your friends.
And
or
your
don't
enemies.
No, share. Don't listen to him. Share to all your friends.
And your enemies.
Oh my gosh. If you like what we do, or even if you don't,
click the
subscribe to our channel to be part of the Smarky family.
Yes.
And hit that notification bell so that way you are notified when our live podcast goes up. Because it'll happen weekly now. Yay. Sorry again for the craziness of our schedule when it comes to putting out our content. I was on vacation and I'm the editor. So it's been tough. I'll get a bunch of stuff uploaded tonight, tomorrow, and on Tuesday. It's going to be a fest of content. You guys are going to love it. Check it out. And follow me on Twitter at IsaJ_STP.
And follow me on Twitter at Liam_SWA.
And follow me on Smart Wrestling Alliance.
Yeah, check out all of our shows. And guys, again, thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
A lot of fun.
And
until next week.
Until next time, it will be awesome.
It'll be sexy awesome.
No, it will be awesome. All right, everybody, say bye.
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 Yeah, keep going until it's done.
Bye.
So long. See you.
Bye.